Hey guys, House of the Dragon episode 10 has aired. The finale for season 1 is out. Let's talk about it. Let's dive into my thoughts. This will contain spoilers, so if you guys have not yet watched that final episode, come back to this video later. I am going to dive into a lot of things that went down in this episode. Before we do though, if this is your first time here, I'd love it if you take 1 second and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any more videos like this one, okay? Let's talk about House of the Dragon. All right, guys, this season started off and I was immediately invested in like all of these characters. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is peak Game of Thrones. This feels like back when we were in the thick of it and just how good this show was. So it is just, I'm over the moon with what we got this season. That being said, why are they gonna leave us like that when we know we have at least a year probably until we get season 2? Things got crazy in this episode, which I expected them to. I will say I thought we'd be a little bit further into the war that literally clearly was just started. I mean, that look Rhaenyra gave, you guys, she is, oh man, this girl has been through it. What an emotional roller coaster of an episode, not just for viewers, but for Rhaenyra. Like, that poor girl, it starts off and they're all like, oh, your dad's dead. Oh, by the way, you know, Aegon, like, usurped the throne. Oh, you're gonna go into labor and like have a stillborn. Don't worry about it. Your kid's gonna die later too. You know, his dragon's gonna eat him and destroy the dragon, and dragon pieces are gonna rain from the sky. It's cool. That's what's gonna happen. And not to mention you and your husband who are so in love and have been so in love. Your husband's gonna like choke you out because the two of you can't agree on what the heck you're doing and how to handle the succession of the throne and what's going on with you being queen. Like, things have, oh, this poor girl. It has been an episode. There was one point where they handed her a cup of wine and I was like, girl, drink that wine. You deserve it. You have earned it. You've been through a lot. And that was before her other kid was killed. Like, I say other because like the stillborn, which I will say, that shot, that moment, that was a little much. Like, they kept pushing it. Like, it was one thing when the baby like plopped out. That's gross, but that's what happened. And then they're like, let's focus on the leg and the blood, and like clearly the baby is dead. But then they like kept showing the baby, and then they like showed it close up, her wrapping the baby up, and I was like, all right, this is enough. Like, this is very triggering. Like, anyone who has lost a child in any capacity, what a triggering episode. There's so much more I want to talk about in this episode. Like, the fact that the Valerians like declared they were behind her. I was like, yes. And then they went. I knew when Luke showed up and we saw Aegon's what's his name, Vagar, Aegon's dragon, right? Vagar. There, I was like, And then the kid's so nervous. He was like so shy and like, I'm just here as a messenger, not a warrior. Like, my mom sent me. Like, please don't. You know, and Aemon's just pushing it because he is crazy. And then I did like how the dragons didn't like listen to their riders, right? Like, they took control, because it's kind of what Rhaenyra was saying, right? She's like, you bring dragons in, like everything burns. Like, we don't need to bring dragons to war, which clearly that's what Daemon wants to do. I don't know what's going on with Daemon. He's crazy. I don't know why he's treating Rhaenyra this way. I don't know. I don't like that. I'm very upset by, I get it, like, stand by your house, stand by your girl, right? Like, but he's pushing things a little too far. But anyways, that visual was incredible. I will tell you, when the dragon, I know I'm all over the place, guys, but when Eric's was flying and then you saw Vagar just come across over top Eric's, I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. The visuals were insane. It was so good. But the little boy walked in and he was so scared, and then Aemon is there and I'm like, you're gonna die. I knew it. I just had this awful feeling. Oh, I just knew it. But we've got, like, the Baratheons are like, obviously they're with the king, right? The king, who I still go. I'm Team Rhaenyra. I think I'm Team Black versus Team Green. You guys let me know which one you are in the comments. I know I'm all over the place and I'm sure I forgot things. But there was just so much going this episode. I just watched it and I was like, this is insane. This is crazy. And you're leaving us with this. I mean, Aemon started the war, y'all. Like, it's definitely his fault. She is not messing around. She is just definitely going to be gunning for it now and starting that war. And she was kind of, I think, debating on not doing it, like subtly doing it, right? Kind of maybe biding her time, but not anymore. Not anymore. That poor girl has been through it this episode. You guys let me know what you thought about the season 1 finale for House of the Dragon. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Like I said, this is peak Game of Thrones. How dare they leave us like this for who knows how long, but also, like, I get it, right? Because they want us to, like, jump in when episode 1 of season 2 comes. I know I'll be there. Hopefully you guys will as well, and I hope you guys enjoyed this season. I thought it was really great. I will have a ranking of the episodes of season 1 out tomorrow. I gotta sleep on it. I gotta think about it. But if you haven't already subscribed and hit that notification bell, be sure to do so you don't miss that. Thank you for going on this journey with me this season. Fingers crossed I get screeners for season 2 as well. And then I'll be giving you guys my thoughts early, kind of like I did with this season. And you guys can follow me over on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I'm MamasGeeky over there. You can also check me out at MamasGeeky.com. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much to all my monetary supporters, my members, and my Patreons. Love you guys.